Hello and welcome to the Wcga podcast. This is episode 6
Woo!
of the Wcga podcast, brought to you by the Wcga. We've got me, I'm Danzer Dragoon. We got Ian, and we got Lang. Everybody tell people where they can find you. Lang, where can we find you?
You can find me angering humanity as the guy in the drive-thru in a minivan that makes you wait for 30 minutes. That's me. You can also find me Skyfire Riser on Instagram.
Ian?
You can find me at Cantus_Prime. My brain's fried right now.
And you can find me at Danzer Dragoon on Instagram and lurking the depths of the WCGA Discord, which is freely available for you to join. So if you're listening to this and you're not part of the WCGA, hop on there and give us a shout out.
He will rate your pets for free.
Yeah,
he will rate them.
Oops. Sorry. Oops, sorry. All right, so
you guys are in for it today.
About this? Something crazy happened.
There's a few things.
Went to Japan, but first, we're going to talk about the meat and potatoes of the episode. What did we pick up over the last week?
This is all this episode's going to be about.
Yeah.
Well, the stack is bigger than you, those of you watching on YouTube. Good heavens.
So let's go. Let's get
5
started, buddy.
feet of unassembled plastic.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Wait. First of all, are these depression buys?
Yeah, so I did not get to go along with Dan and Lang to Japan. So I made up my sadness in other ways.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Went.
I'm not. Look at that.
All right. So I guess I'm starting, huh?
Yeah.
We'll start from the
buddy.
top here. We're going to speed roll this because I will actually be here for quite a while.
Okay.
I don't remember where I got everything. Local shops from around here mostly. Yes. Okay. So I found a super deformed Sengoku Astray.
Oh,
Nice.
From Tammy's. I remember I found that at Tammy's Hobbies in Beaverton. I got boom. I've got the 30-minute missions smart transformable unit.
I got it in a pile of loot.
Nice.
Cool. What's next? Fighter options for 30-minute missions. No, 30-minute fantasies.
Sick.
Nice.
So, like,
it's got a big
weapons
kind of
and armor, a big crate, and it's got little mugs for drinking.
Oh yeah.
Oh, does the crate attach to his back, like obviously or not very obviously?
Oh, does it attach to his back?
It should.
No, you can just sit on it. He sits on it.
And drinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the second one. They just announced a third one that's like a campfire and some torches and stuff.
Oh.
And it's all like clear
dang.
plastic fire, so put LEDs in there that flicker.
Yeah, you can. Okay, we need to take Dan's soundboard privileges away now. This is going to be bumpy.
Right.
I'm going to skip this one. It's 30-minute sisters. You guys don't care.
But
Yeah,
this one is me. No.
No, I'm
Get
the
it.
only one that cares about 30-minute
No,
sisters.
you're not.
I
Our
got
listeners
a new
do.
upgrade set.
Yeah. Go it up, bro.
Great.
Okay.
Courtesy of Lang, lovely Lang, he gave me a final
So
battle
if you're
Harut.
upset about not seeing the 30-minute sisters or hearing about it, hit up Ian at Cantus Prime on Instagram to give him your complaints.
Please do.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, thank you, Lang, for the Harut.
Final battle version.
What
Yeah.
the heck's a Harut? Harute.
This is back from when we did the trip to Model Mania from Sean's Anime. I got the full armor Alto.
I want that. gonna have
Well,
to find it
they're making the full armor add-ons as an extra set, so you can like full armor any 30-minute missions you want.
I probably
It
should
doesn't
do
have to be
that.
the Alto.
Okay. Well, I have like 4 altos, so.
And then weapon set for Armored Core.
Nice.
Ooh.
From way down in Eugene, I got the no-grade 1/100 Blaze Zaku Phantom. This was a very impulsive purchase. I felt like I had to buy something there because Eugene Toy and Hobby is kind of empty right now.
They shall return.
They shall return. I recently got the new 30-minute fantasies Liber Bishop. So this is the Liber Priest with the Bishop add-on set included for free. No, not for free. It's just more expensive.
Okay.
We got to talk offline on how their add-on sets and regular sets are sold. I haven't kept track of it. Now I'm already like,
it's hard for me to keep track of too because there's the good guys and then the bad guy versions, and they always come out at the same time.
Okay.
I got a EX model, the Mobile Armor X-Ass, which comes in all pink. So this will be a lot of painting to do when I come around to it.
That's from that Seed show, right?
That Seed Destiny show the old kids are talking about.
So hot right now.
So hot. Speaking of Seed, here's the entry grade Strike Rouge.
Ooh.
Yes.
Where'd you snag that at?
This is from Kinokuniya in Portland.
Very cool.
Right. Also from them, I got the option part set 14, the Gun Barrel Striker.
Nice.
So if you recently put together the Gun Barrel Strike Gundam from Gundam Breaker 4, just like Lang did recently, the Taco Bell looking Gundam, this is the full release of the backpack for it.
That's cool.
So you don't have to get
buy it?
tracked down.
I'm not going to buy it because I already got it. Mine looks like Taco Bell.
Right.
I'm good.
Oh,
right. Right.
Oh, yours came with it.
Well, most of it, I think.
Not quite all of it. It doesn't have a shuttle piece. It only has backpack pieces.
The jet part and the gun. No, the gun comes with it. The jet part is not included in the Taco Bell looking one.
Okay.
All right. I got a Kotobukiya white glint with the VOV set. I hear it's ass. I can't wait to try it.
Why is this such a big deal right now?
I don't. It's probably just because of our club. Our club is making it a big deal.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing 30-minute. Or no. Wow. Armored Core. Guys,
Core.
I am not
that
doing
a new
okay.
kit or something?
No,
Or is
it's a reprint. It has to be because this is from. It's from A Game.
Yeah.
I don't know Armored Core, just cool robots. From Facebook Marketplace, I got the Clear Gundam Exia Repair 2 Gundam type set.
Wow.
It was like $40, so
Dang.
I folded. I told myself I don't need it.
Pretty good.
That was a really good deal for
on
that.
Marketplace.
Yeah. Two kits and then the clear versions.
What would you rate the location from like super safe to oh my gosh, what the heck am I doing here? Sketchy. That you met up with the
Marketplace?
Person. Yeah. You had to meet up with them.
No, he's out of state. He shipped it to me.
Oh, well, that's not memory making.
No, it's not.
It's not all about making memories, Lang.
I beg to differ, sir.
Let's see. This is from New Type because it's not such a good real grade. They already discounted it. I got it for like $67. This is the real grade Akatsuki Gundam.
It's super pretty.
It is very pretty.
You haven't popped it open yet to take a gander?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I know what Gold Chrome looks like. Speaking of Gold Chrome, Master Grade Phoenix got reprinted.
Ooh.
Nice. That's been gone
cost
for a hot minute.
A pretty penny.
Yeah.
It is not cheap. You will be spending close to, or let's just say over $140 for it retail.
That box doesn't look too big.
Dan died. Wait, this is like the same price the MGO reprint is going to be, correct?
No, that one's going to be more. I want to say it's...
Was it? I thought it was one.
We have got...
I can't take that helmet.
Yeah, all right. Throwing prices around like it's no big deal, and I'm over here going bankrupt just thinking about it.
Right. I know. All right, last thing, guys.
Okay.
I got the AZ Zoids Death Star.
Nice.
Very cool. Dinosaur type. Oh, there's different types. Okay.
Yeah, there's kitties and there's dogs. There's bugs. There's gonna be hermit crabs. Anyway, very cool.
Yeah.
I got this like 15% off on Mecha Warehouse, so that was a no-brainer to get it now.
Nice.
Well, it was cheaper than it should be.
Did you pre-order the Sea Panther?
I have.
Okay, me too. Lang?
Not yet. I will get on that.
Sea creatures.
Oh boy, do I. I really do. That's right up my alley.
You like sea cucumbers are your favorite. I don't think they're making a sea cucumber Zoid yet, though.
They should, because that would be, man, you could have some fun missile launchers
Just
on that
watch
one.
it and like
Yeah, you can have a
inject
lot of fun
hot
with that
glue.
sea cucumber Zoid if they ever make one.
Mm-hmm.
What would they call it? Jungle gorilla?
Combat cucumber. What's some other guns? Well, they just named Sea Panther. So a cucumber, they would just like name like Lake Leopard or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not quite done. I did get a G-Quax from Premium Bandai.
Oh, what?
Oh,
wow! Just drop
got
that
the new
casually.
hotness, that's all. No big deal.
It wasn't in
guys.
the 5-foot pile, so I missed it.
Look at this guy.
That's it.
Can you believe this guy?
Oh, by
Wow.
the way, the new.
Oh, by the way, yeah, you guys went to Japan. You didn't pick one up?
No, what? They didn't have
sold out
them.
over there, man.
Yeah.
Sold out in Japan.
Don't worry, Dan. I picked you one. I got what you won.
Aw.
They sold out within a day. The Kinokuniya Portland had like 15 or so.
Hmm.
And then, boop, next day, all gone.
Crazy.
Yep. I mean, it's going to be popular.
Mm-hmm.
Already is. Seems like it. Your theater. So, real quick, both of you went and saw the movies. How packed were the movies that you went to? Just to see how popular it was.
There was
maybe 10 people.
Same. I had about 10 people.
So not very.
great.
Okay.
But it is like it's very niche
That's the
in the
problem.
U.S. to go see an anime, let alone a Gundam anime.
The people who were there in my theater at least caught on the references and stuff and went ooh and ah and clapped and cheered
There was this
when stuff happened.
dude and his entourage of females sitting behind me and Jack, and they were just like talking nonstop.
Ooh.
The whole movie.
Ugh.
So finally I was like, let's move over. So we moved down a row and over to the right. We couldn't hear them anymore, but I was like,
A guy
and he
in
was just talking.
his Discord
he was sitting in his
kittens?
chair like a king, talking about.
Oh yeah,
That's
him
this,
and his
this,
Discord kittens.
This is a reference to this and this. And they're like, he's just so smart.
Gross.
I'm not kidding.
That's what I did with my
exists out
girlfriend.
There.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is in reference to, you know.
Char never
So-
originally hopped in the Gundam.
So that's it for pickups. Lang, did you want to show anything?
Do we want to do that now? I'm happy to. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
Show
go.
us your Lang.
So, no. So I broke my celibacy, and I broke it hard. I am back to
It was
what
foretold.
everyone kindly refers to as the Lang that everyone likes. So I have a giant stack. I'll start going through.
By breaking your
everything.
celibacy, some people in our club got some model kits courtesy of you.
Yeah, so I had to sacrifice 4 kits, and they're sacrificed, and it was well worth their sacrifice. First up, I got a Gashapon. This is I bought it secondhand. I didn't do the Gashapon machine. It is a Trans Am Exia bust. So that was actually kind of cool to find.
Was that from Surugia? Because I saw one on there.
Probably.
Okay.
Also, from one of the Surugia shops, I got the Gundam Mobile Suit Ensemble. Yeah, Assemble. This is the XN Riser rare kit. So I was really excited to get that so I can do a fully loaded version. I got a MSG heavy weapon set. This one's cool because it's a weapon set that like collapses down. I had never seen this before, and I love modular things
it's
like that.
A whole briefcase that can break down into a bunch of pistols and guns.
So I had to get
It's
it.
really cool.
Another MSG is called Progress Body. This is one of those like cute, super deformed Kotobukiya ones. Had to snag that. I found a RX-78 Ecopla entry grade. That was kind of fun snag that I found. Got that. I got the... There you go. EcoPlus Wcga Master Grade for a really good price. Couldn't pass that one up. Here's a fun rare one that I found. The TR-1100 from 00. This one I think I saw in the wild a very long time ago when 00 was just starting to fade out, but not anymore.
I've snapped that together. You're going to enjoy it.
Oh, good. This is the Zeta Plus Test Image Gunpla Expo.
Oh, you lucky.
Yeah. I got that one from Mandarake. That was a really cool one to find. This right here is a Macross Armo Fighter, I guess. But it's transformable model kit. I am very skeptical on how well the transformation is, but I'm still very excited to snap that bad boy. 3 more. I gotta get them now. Oh boy. Oh, and I just lost my other EcoPlus.
Technical difficulties.
Yep. And my last 3. So I got these 2. This is a Tekkaman kit that I never knew existed. This is back in the 90s when the show first came out. I'm excited because it looks really derpy. And I got that one, the Saber, as well as the Tekkaman Blastor. I got those. And the kit.
Are they gonna be like the old wing high grades?
I hope so. I kind of hope so. And then this is the kit that kind of broke me when I saw it. This is R Gray from Raystorm. It's an old video game. This had a lot of sentimental value that when I saw it, I'm just like, oh crap, I have to get it. I'm done. Like this is what broke me. I used to play. I went to high school in a really small town, and it was really boring. And the only thing we could do was get milkshakes and play at this one arcade cabinet, and they only had that game. So I saw that, and I was like, oh my gosh, this took me back. I even sent it to my friend who I knew decades ago, saying, hey, do you remember this? And I hadn't spoken to them in many, many years, and it's like, oh, good memories. So that's what broke me, and it was totally worth it. So, and I shopped until I dropped. There was more stuff that I found and got for my kids, but those were the main kit grabs for me. Dan, what did you get? Oh, wait, there's actually one more. There's a big one I got. Sorry. I got a PG Zeta. Someone was very kind and got a PG Zeta for me. Yeah. Thanks, Dan.
Japanese are very kind people.
Yeah. They're cheap. They're cheap, too. So I have a Zeta. And as Dan said, he's like, I have to get it for you because you'll never get it for yourself. And he was not wrong. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a Zeta. One of my favorite suits.
I've got a Zeta.
Yep.
Courtesy of you, too.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
But you, yeah. Well, yeah. I was going to say,
In the end,
you earned that one.
In the end.
So did Lang. Lang earned his, too. It's a different way.
Whoa.
So I got this vinyl helmet. At Mandarake. It was sitting on a dusty glass shelf behind a bunch of stuff in a little box. And I was like,
Dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Is that real? Like, is that really a thing? So I was getting the statues. I was getting some statues for Ian. Of who's that? Maribel? Or is it like it was Maribel, right?
Oh, Luna Maria from Seed.
Oh, was it Luna Maria? Okay. And then there it was, and I was like, I'll take that. And then I got a bunch of busts and stuff, and a bunch of from Zeta, and I got a bunch of figures. And as far as model kits go, I'm not going to pull them out, but I'll read them off here. I got a Nausicaa, forget what it's called, battle plane or something, from Nausicaa, the anime. I got the Samson trailer, the EX model Samson trailer. I got, courtesy of Bandai, I got the Perfectability RG Gundam base version. I don't know what the difference is. And then I got the MGSD clear version of the Freedom Gundam.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then I got
yeah, that's good.
the Lavian Rose EX model. I got the Gun Perry EX model. I got a Zoids Mulga wind-up guy. This is going to be fun. I got a Dop Fighter. Lang got me the Tilt Rotor pack for the high grade, for the Scope Dog dude.
Yep. The Grimoire, yeah.
Yeah, the Red Beret
then,
Grimoire. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else did I get? I'm trying to look at this. There's something hiding. Oh, I got a GOG, a Master Grade GOG, which is pretty exciting. I think I have all the Master Grade.
I'm excited for you.
Aquatic Xeon suits now. So that's pretty cool. Kind of finished that collection.
I regret not grabbing it when I saw it a few years ago.
Yeah, and then I got a couple of these MSG from Kotobukiya wind-up Gatling guns. And then just a buttload of knickknacks, like tons of Arsenal-based cards and just random little bits. And
Didn't you cross the MSG motor at all?
Nope. I looked for it though. Every store I went to.
Wait, what about the little ramen guy I got you?
Oh yeah, and I got I'm looking at a picture. Oh, I also got so I got a ramen. It's like in a cup, noodle cup, and then the model kit's inside of it. Now I've gotten the little ones, like the plastic, like a plastic topper to an actual cup noodle, and then it's like a clear kit inside. So when Lang bought this thing, we were at Tsurugi, and I had picked it up earlier, and I looked at it, and I was like, I don't know what this is. I can't open the baggie to see what's in there. And I shook it, and I was like, is it noodles in here? Is this the bottom of those clear
Yeah, we
kits?
were worried.
So then he got it. And like, surprise, we're back at the room, and I open it up, and lo and behold, there's a model kit in there with like runners and everything. So I'm pretty stoked to build that. I have no idea. It's Charzaku, but I've never seen it before. I've never seen this thing. So
is it the clear ones that you were getting? That were like the toppers? No. Totally different.
It's like but it's definitely not 1/44 scale or anything like that. It's probably like closer to like 1/200 scale or something.
Okay.
Or smaller even. And then I got a Gundam-based limited Draken E, which is funny because I forgot that I had already pre-ordered that on Bandai in the States. So now I have two.
Can I have it?
You're going to hear it first here on the podcast. We're going to be doing a giveaway. Just a fun little giveaway for a Draken E high grade.
I can't
probably we'll do it on Monday night. It'll be fun.
Yeah, listen to us because we order too much and we're just going to give our doubles away.
I mean, what else am I going to do with it? You know, I don't need two. So that's it for me for buying. Just one of the cool things was that I did buy. So we were in this random store at the bottom of the big tower that is like the Yellow Submarine building, where they also have some other Gundam or some other model shops and stuff. On the bottom floor there, or second floor, there's like a figure shop, and in the back corner, I saw almost all the busts from Zeta were sitting back there for like dirt cheap. So I went in there and I bought them all. The only one that's missing from that line, I think,
the number check 4. I remember you telling me 4.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah,
from Zeta.
Yeah, the blue.
They never
girl.
made an Emma bust.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Oh well.
That sucks.
I was also able to pick up one of the Char little 4-inch statues that I see on Tsurugi all the time. But like, it's interesting in the Tsurugi in person there, the prices are cheaper than the Tsurugi online.
Yeah,
and I'm wondering if that's like if that offsets the shipping that the free shipping.
More than likely,
like we're getting the U.S. or the American prices, they're different when you go. Actually, in Japan, it's cheaper.
Yep,
like 10 to 20 different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so that's it for my hauls.
I did forget one
thing.
thing.
Go right into the meat and potatoes, which is what you got. One more.
I forgot.
Oh my goodness!
From Facebook Marketplace, I got the Yagadoga, the blue one, 100.
Very cool.
$50.
So, for those that don't know, Lang and I went to Japan for a whole week for the GBWC competition, and then that was at the beginning of the trip, and then the next week solid was just Lang and I's trip in Japan, and so it started off with the show. Got that out of the way first, which was kind of not. That's kind of the way I wanted to do it because I didn't want to be stressing all week about the competition. But
Yeah.
we can talk a little bit about that. Like, Lang, do you want to talk about it first, and then I'll kind of pick in wherever.
I'd be happy to. So it was funny when we first arrived at the hotel. Dan and I were walking in, and people would look at me, and since I'm a white guy with a beard, they would point at me and go, "Dan." I'm like, "No, yeah. I'm not Dan."
So that happened. Every single champ would go right up to Lang.
Yeah.
Like, so are you Dan?
Are you Dan? So just right off the bat, because of that, all of the builders are great. They were super, super great right off the bat, from just introducing themselves to us to when they got shuttled straight over. There were folks that had entire crews helping them out from different countries. They were giving gifts to other country participants as well. It was super, super welcoming just amongst the champions themselves. Bandai had it pretty well mapped out for parts. There seemed to be weird timing things for different countries, which we kind of sussed out.
So okay. So the communication leading up to the GBWC for the U.S. people, me and Tim, wasn't the best. Leading up to Orlando was great. We had nonstop communication all the way through that. But then as soon as that event ended, it was pretty much radio silence unless I started like nagging every day.
Yeah.
But once we got to Japan, they confirmed as we arrived that we did in fact have a hotel room, which was nice. Up until that point, I wasn't sure. I didn't have confirmation or anything yet.
Oh, good Lord.
And then once we got there, the other champs were there as well, so they were able to fill in a lot of the blanks as far as what time we're supposed to meet and what the event schedule is looks like and things like that. But essentially,
you never got that detail at all.
First night, huh?
You never got any of those details?
No. No. But the first night we got there, Tim and his dad took us out to a place called Funin Ramen, which is right around the corner from the Shinagawa Prince Hotel, which is where we stayed. And, we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know how, like, the etiquette of, like, eating in a restaurant in Japan. Like, we were freshly off the plane. And
slurp.
It was that restaurant was, like, most of the restaurants in Japan are just like you see in the movie. It's, like, a long and narrow restaurant with a bar and stools, and then you see into the restaurant or the kitchen, and it's quiet. Everyone sits down, eats their food, and then leaves. And that's exactly what it was like. Like our first ramen experience in Japan was just like out of the movie. So it was crazy. It was super fun. And then he took us over to 7-Eleven. Yeah. And kind of baptized us in the 7-Eleven over there. And I heard about 7-Eleven a bunch prior to the trip. And I'm like, okay. But, like, that doesn't, like, prepare you for, like what 7-Eleven really is to the Japanese over there. Like, it is a convenience store. So it's an upgrade already because it's like a convenience store. But also, like, they even have, like, a print shop in there. You can print paperwork. They've got toys. They've got food. And the food they have there is not, like, your standard, like, it's not gas station food. This is, like, gourmet food. And I found some things in there that I really liked, so I was buying those, like, every day. And but yeah, so we did 7-Eleven, then we did food and ramen. After that, we went back to the hotel and went to sleep. The next day is when the GBWC was. We all met downstairs. We saw each country had a rep or two. We had 2 reps. They got us onto a giant bus, huge bus. We put all of our builds in the bottom of it, and then took the bus to the venue. It was about a 30-minute ride, super comfortable. we got there, we were brought right into the main floor, and it was like a giant U-shaped area with all of our cases, and each case had our name on it, and there was tables set up where we
display cases. Yeah,
there was tables set up where we could work. My build was very simple in that I didn't have to spend a lot of time there, but it was interesting. I found out later that while people were setting up, Bandai's had a film crew in there, like filming people close up. So they didn't get any of me because my build took like 10 minutes to set up. Other guys were in there for like 2 hours setting up their builds.
We went over and helped others with theirs.
Yeah, we went over and helped.
Oh, that's nice.
Some lighting issues, and we were able to get that figured out. And so after that, they took us upstairs, and we got a small little Japanese lunch. You had a choice between like a vegan version and a normal version, and cool little bento boxes made of wood.
Oh,
all the utensils were made of wood and recyclable, and pretty tasty. Then we asked, I forget who it was that asked. Somebody asked if we could go downstairs. Apparently, a couple years ago, one of the contestants on the thing broke their ankle after they set up their build, and caused like a big incident. And so now
it wasn't. They were doing something else away.
Being like carded or without being observed by their handlers. It's like a babysitter. So we weren't we weren't supposed to leave the lunchroom until the show started. So somebody negotiated with their rep to see if we could go downstairs, and they let us. So they took us all downstairs like a bunch of little kids.
Our two liaisons were super cool like that.
Yeah. And we got a personal tour, cut the line everywhere to go do everything and check everything out. It was really awesome. Yeah. Super fun. And then, everyone's seen the GBWC, and that's where that part happened. Afterwards, we met up with some of the other champions and got a very brisk tour of the train system.
Say it like you mean it.
Elaborate.
Ryan Lau, the second place winner, the Canadian champion.
Yeah, Canada.
Caffeinated Canadian.
Yeah, that man has got energy that makes me envious.
Yeah.
He is like a little ball of positive electric charge.
Yeah.
But he was leading us all in a line like little ducklings following Mama.
And then me and Dan are in the back like, oh, we're still going?
Well, I was like walking along. I kept thinking to myself, like, if I get left behind, that's fine. I'm going to record. So I've got my cameras out and taking pictures, recording things. Something happened in Lang's brain, and it like snapped. And I've never seen this Lang before, but he was like running around like a ping pong ball and like running upstairs when everyone else is using escalators and like yelling at everybody.
I wanted to see if I could beat Ryan up. Like that's the only time he had to stand still was on an escalator. So I wanted to see if I could beat him up the stairs.
So anyways, they took us to Diver City. We got to go to the Gundam base. Our passes got us into the Gundam base to.
Oh, did they?
Shopping.
Did they, Dan? Did they?
Yeah, Lang got real upset.
I got so upset
because he was
so mad.
He was my guest, and that means that he didn't get to shop in the store. Even though
I got to go in, I just couldn't buy anything. That's like
buy anything, but I could just buy for him.
Yeah,
he got
it was
real
like
bent on it.
I did.
Wait, okay,
I'm still a little bent on that.
So it wasn't like he got put into the casual line
at the Gundam base.
Not even that
one in Diver City. You have to make an appointment.
Yeah,
and you have to get a special ticket to even go in.
Oh my god!
So the champions had tickets, and then we had our plus ones, and the plus ones did not have a ticket, so they weren't allowed to buy anything. But we were allowed to buy everything for them that they wanted.
Okay.
So Lang got to go in, which was
the biggest tease known to man.
I don't know why you're upset about it.
I was so upset
about it. You got to go into the store.
It's true. It's true.
It
was incredible
for you.
I was just buzzed.
This is before his celibacy was broken too. So
yeah.
He was on edge.
Celibacy, my celibacy anger was fueled even more.
I think that was part of it. Like he was so.
I was bent. I was so
wound up
A little ball of fire.
And then he wanted to blow at Tokyo Diver City, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Nope.
He was model blocked. He was Bandai blocked.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's great.
That. We got to see the unicorn
Kid blocked.
Gundam. That was super cool. It transforms and everything.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Got some awesome pictures of it and video of it, and then ate some food, and then I think that was it. Right? Then we headed back.
Yeah, I'm going to throw in one caveat that at the actual GWC and the whole event, we did get to see a lot of cool stuff when they took us on the tour.
Oh yeah.
Specifically,
all the
they showed us
stuff coming out.
Yeah, they showed us all the model kits in display cases for all the G-Quack stuff, the Police Zaku, regular Zaku,
Yep.
Char Gundam, all those on display, all the little kitschy merchandise that's also going to be involved. It was all really cool. And they also promoted a lot of anniversary stuff. They advertised the miniature game. They advertised Gundam Arsenal Base, and they did all those things. And they also showed the future, which they're still, I don't know what version they were in, but they confirmed they are working on a system to scan your Gunpla and play video games with the Gunpla you build. They had the scanner there and the cockpit. And it was funny. I even like, Dan, look, it's going to be Build Fighters. It's like, no, it's not. And he's like, is it? To our liaison?
Like
and she's like, no, really, it is.
Yeah, so it's going to be able to detect whether or not you've panel-lined or decal and things like that. It's still very beta.
Very beta.
Not even not even beta. It's like alpha. It's way back.
But I really appreciate the fact that they're doing it. That they're really trying to do something.
Yeah, for sure. I hope it moves around besides just Japan.
So there's tech out there that's doing this already.
Yeah.
Doing it way better. It's just that Bandai is doing its own thing with it.
I've seen trailers that go around and you can scan yourself and get a little statue made of yourself and stuff like that. Or
so what it does after it scans your thing, and it takes 20 minutes to scan it.
Yeah.
Then they upload that file, or like they shoot the digital scan over into this game where you go through an asteroid field and you shoot some asteroids.
Yeah, so it's pretty.
Like I said,
that's
very
cool.
Sick.
beta.
But they also had all
like a
the
proof of concept thing.
Yeah.
They had the P Bandai Japan P Bandai stuff that they put on reserve that we talked about a couple months ago. That you had to reserve in Japan in order to get in line and then purchase it. And thank you to our liaisons for being patient with me, because I was obnoxious and asked multiple times, "Can we just please buy it? Can we just please?"
Yeah, and I asked twice, so that was like 6 times they got asked the same question. It was kind of a bummer, like we're flown from all over the world and we don't have access to these.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah, it did. Especially since
don't have access to the new card game either. Kind of sucks.
Yeah. So there was the 2 kits that I wanted. Just as a fast forward, I only saw them one other time in a store, like 3 days later for over $200 when they were selling them for $50 there. And it's just like, I get it.
What?
But the contrast Epion and contrast wing, I wanted those.
Yeah.
So they had already gone through, they had already been resold.
They're on.
Been picked up and then brought to the stores.
They're on.
I've already been
Suikia
searching.
for
Don't worry.
Okay. It's like they're not 200 on there.
So after all the GBWC stuff was wrapped up, the next day we went to Akihabara, and
was it right
got
the next
lost
day
in the culture of shopping in Japan.
On a weekend,
kind of as like a whole idea of what Japan is like. Japan is amazing. It is so clean. It is so polite. And it is so easy to navigate from A to B. We got lost on a train at one point, and I discovered something, or I shared something with Lang after we got lost. I was like, I love it when I'm lost in the culture or in a situation where I don't know what I'm doing and we don't speak the same language and I'm just kind of winging it. Like, I love that feeling. Lang hates it. So it was stressful for Lang.
a little bit.
But we did get lost at one point. The train system got all funky and we ended up getting a taxi. It's when we were going to the team lab. But Tokyo is one of the most populated cities on the planet, but it never felt like that because it's so well. Everyone is so well organized there with lining up and being courteous and being quick and the way just everything from how they pack into the trains to how they walk around.
Well, I was going to say when that first night when we were coming back from GBWC, there's a train station that we're just all lining up, and all of a sudden I take a look down the tracks, and it is huge. Like just how many people were lining up. You don't comprehend how many people are doing the same thing that you are at that pace. And I even Googled it that 6.5 million people take the train daily. And it's like,
yeah,
how? And it's just the fast pace you don't realize. And
it's cheap. It's so cheap. City public transit there. It's just,
the whole country revolves around trains.
You get your little card and you just go beep, and it's 148 yen.
Yeah,
round like to go up and back. It's like 148 yen.
Oh,
like
which is
it's
like
comfortable. It's
70
fast,
cents.
It's efficient. Like it's amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of cleanliness, there was 2 occasions where I had finished drinking something, and then I stop and I look around because at all the different vending machines, of which there are, they're everywhere. Vending machines for drinks, and they're cheap, like between
140,
yeah, 140 yen to like 180 yen for like all these different variety of drinks. At every vending machine, there is a recycle thing where you throw your bottle, and you're expected, I think, to just kind of drink your thing and then throw it right into the recycle. But there's 2 times where I wasn't right next to one. I bring my thing down and I'm looking for like a second, and then some random like a worker comes up and takes my drink for me, my empty drink, and then disposes of it. And they're so polite about it too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was like, oh my gosh.
When we were in alleyways in Akihabara, there were baskets set right in front of all the gashapon and vending machines. Like, you put your trash here. Don't just throw it everywhere.
Right.
Like, and it's just like, this just makes sense. And there's no sitting. You don't sit.
Yeah, that's
sit.
a wild one. Yeah, and I was not prepared for that. In Akihabara, there's signs everywhere that say "Don't sit, don't sit here, don't sit here, don't sit, don't sit."
Yeah.
Don't bring your drinks over here. Don't walk with your drinks over here. Don't look down at your phone while you're walking. There's signs everywhere for all that stuff.
That's fine with me. No loitering.
Yeah, and I was first intimidated, like, you line up appropriately. Like, I take public transit here in the Portland area. Nobody knows how to line up, and we're all adults, and they all just massively crowd at a door, and it's stupid. There, it's like, oh, no. Everybody lines up appropriately. When we were at Robot Kai that first day, there was a line going outside of the store, and everyone that was like trying to go up the escalator followed that line because they knew you had to get
the back of that line to go just to go up the escalator. But
take notes, America.
A nice steady clip. Can you imagine if everyone was just jammed up there like sardines trying to get on the other side?
Right. So stupid.
Yeah.
Thank you, Japan.
One of the neat takeaways from all the shopping over there is every store we went to, every time I would be looking at something, like a wall of crazy stuff, I would turn around and then I'd be like, oh my gosh, there's more. Oh my gosh, there's more. Oh my gosh, there's more. It's just everywhere.
There was, so Akihabara, we ended up going there 3 times.
Yeah.
And
the first 2 was for me and Lang. The last time was for the club, for the stream.
Yeah. We found 2 mandarakes or just one? No, just one.
Just the one mandarake,
and 4 Surugaya stores.
Yeah.
I can't believe there was
really
4 of them. Yeah. The first 2 were not great.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Because the stores have different types of stock. Like there's the model kit store, and then there was something else.
There's like a store for magazines and CDs and things like that. And then there's a store for figures. Then there's a store for action figures and model kits. And then another store for like armor and airplanes and trains. Oh, there was another Surugia that had just cars in it, like the
that first level,
diecast cars and things like that. So they have them all compartmentalized, which makes total sense. Otherwise, it'd be like you'd be going to every single one if you were just looking for a specific thing,
right?
Like a specific genre.
They'd have to carry less then.
Really nice the way they've got that laid out.
Yeah.
Also, the top floors of every Surigya we went to.
Don't go there.
Yeah.
Well, truth be told, well, the story was, so we couldn't find the elevator, so we wanted to kind of skirt going upstairs around the building, and we ended up going to the 5th floor. Oh, we shouldn't go in the 5th floor one. 6th floor. Oh, shouldn't go in that one.
Oh, God, it's the
floor.
back of the
Getting
Spencer
worse and
store.
worse.
Yeah.
Ah!
And then we're just
Every
like,
floor.
and then people were coming up behind us. We're like, oh, crap. So we ended up going into a naughty store for like 7 seconds to go to the elevator. We both just looked at it, just like, well, this was an
We
adventure.
got stuck. We got stuck waiting for the elevator because,
Sure.
we were just facing the wall.
Yeah.
Well, and because I had my camera on, I was recording, and I was like, I cannot turn around. If I turn around, I have to do a bunch of editing and stuff. So.
Yep. Which they also don't like you recording in their stores either, in any of the stores.
Yeah.
And Googling it said like they don't like you recording for security, but also they don't want to be caught selling stuff they're not supposed to, like copyright stuff, and have the companies come after them. Which it's like,
okay,
I don't know how that could be with how prevalent
you're talking
it
about
is.
you're talking about Pachinko.
That too, Pachinko too.
Yeah,
that stupid game.
Yeah, I got bit by the Pachinko bug, and then I went back. So here's something terrible. Pachinko, if you put money on a Pachinko card and you're playing, and then you think, oh, I'll take my card and I'll come back tomorrow. Nope. Your card don't work no mo. If you leave and come back the next day, your card's got money on it. Sorry. So you have to take it to the counter and they have to do some magic to it or whatever to get it to work again.
Okay.
But then you're like, all right, well, I'm all done. I want to get my 10,000 yen off this card. Nope. It's locked on there. You can never take it off.
Don't play Pachinkos, kids.
I lost my appetite for Pachinko like immediately.
Huh.
Yeah. Going back to shopping, the things that I felt were the most prevalent were I thought there would be more action figure toys, but it's mostly figurines. A lot of figurines and a lot of cards. They are card hungry there. Whatever it might be, whatever the newest card game is, there's a lot of them. And I couldn't even keep up with all of them.
TCGs are very big.
It's
over there.
Easily condensed hobby. Little pieces of paper.
Yeah.
We did get to play some arcade games. I got to play Arsenal Base. So I've been buying the cards and collecting the ones of the figures that I like and things like that, and the characters that I like. I didn't even know it was a game until we were in Japan, and I was talking to Ian, and I was like, Ian, what is this? And he was like, it's a game. And I'm like, okay. And then we find the game. I sit down next to some random Japanese dude. He sees me struggling, and he starts helping me out, and he's got pretty good English. So he taught me. I got like a personalized tutorial of how to play Arsenal Base.
Yep.
So then I showed it. I pulled out of my bag that I had some cards. And he's like, "Oh, you have cards?" And I was like, "Yeah, here, pick any one you want. Thanks for helping me out." So he picks one out, and he's like, "Okay, cool." And then he's like, "Here, you pick one." And he handed me a bunch of cards, and I looked through and I picked one. So we had like a little cultural exchange going. But man, that game is fun. Super fun.
Yeah, Dan was saying I should have, and he's right. I should have played. I didn't. I was overplaying Overboost 2 on the arcade there. So
another super fun game. It's got like every Gundam ever made.
There you go.
Absolutely crazy.
So pretty.
Yeah. So
there's other games like that too. There's a Kamen Rider card collecting game that plays like Arsenal Base, like almost exactly the same.
I would love to play those too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like it's got like a slot for 2 cards. You put 2 cards on there, and they even sell like another like a plastic case thing that you just set onto the machine.
Right.
Shut up. Do you have it?
No. I'm just. I was reminded of something, but I'm not sure if I have one in reach.
We after the shopping days, we went to Team Labs.
Team Labs Tokyo.
I mean, I could spend a half an hour talking about Team Labs, but to suffice it to say, it was absolutely amazing, and I'd recommend it to anybody that goes to Japan. Go to Team Labs Planets.
Yeah.
There are so many experiences in there that are very amazing.
I would say it's internationally known because didn't you just strolling around met all walks of life? Like there was so many different countries represented.
Vape, and they have smoking stations in Japan where you go to smoke. So I'm being super curious, and I go into the smoking stations, and inside the smoking stations, there's always people from, like every time I went into one of them, it was like there was Japanese people, there was people from Australia, people from Germany, and people from France. And twice out of the 4 times I went into those little areas, I got heckled because I'm an American. That's never happened to me before in all my years of traveling and all the times I've been overseas. So that's kind of embarrassing that happened. Not heckled in a bad way, but definitely teased.
Yeah.
We also got teased in the train as well by some really cool dudes from
Sasha and Kareem from Trinidad.
Yeah.
Super awesome.
They dropped some spicy insults on us.
No, they just made fun of us like we're in the Caribbean, at the bottom of Gulf of America.
Yeah.
They were.
You also got hissed at too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan.
Got hissed at twice.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Team Labs though, really great.
Yeah.
Utterly amazing. Twice I almost cried.
Yeah. I was having spiritual moments inside there for sure.
It's just nothing else is there presently, and it's a complete visual, sensory overload experience that's meant to just. And there's different ways to go about it, and 2 of them really affected me. So
yeah, and there's music that's playing constantly that crescendos and dims and crescendos with the light shows and the things that you're doing, and the whole experience is really amazing. So like I said, I would recommend it to anybody. Also, I would recommend to get the premium pass. It allows you to skip the entire line, and you can go anytime during the day. You don't have to make an appointment. So if you go, get the premium pass. It's like an extra $20 a ticket or something. After that, I had to buy a gift for Bruce. I was lacking in gifts for my son, and we looked up a toy store right near Team Labs. Lo and behold, there was a Toys R Us about 1.5 miles away. So we walked to Toys R Us from Team Labs, and it was about halfway through the walk that I realized that we had gone off the beaten path because I didn't see anybody that was not Japanese anymore. Yeah. And everybody was like glancing at us. Not like in a weird way, but just like, there's a couple of white guys there. Interesting.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So we went to the Japanese Toys R Us. It was really cool. Found some neat toys.
Very Toys R Us-esque.
Yep. And then we went to an arcade, a mall arcade there, which was terrible, except for the train game that I played, the train simulator. That was awesome.
Was it, though? Was it?
Oh, yeah.
It simulated a train.
Speed up, slow down, stop.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call that.
Woo! I picked up passengers. I was honking the horn. It was the whole thing. You sit inside this really cool cockpit, very immersive. You got levers and buttons. I think the game is probably made for 4-year-olds, but because of the way I had to cram myself into the little cube.
Yeah.
But having never seen or played that game before, I'm happy that I did it because that was probably the only chance I'll have to play that one.
And they're crane games, crane machines, whatever they call them.
Yeah.
They're prevalent all over Japan, but there was kind of eye-opening because then their crane games had like crates of apple juice as the prize.
Are they fair though?
No,
they're not dropping stuff. They still drop stuff.
3,000 yen on getting a little puppy ball for Bruce.
Oh my god!
I just was like, this thing's primed.
He didn't learn.
He didn't learn. He always thinks priming doesn't mean what I think you think it means, Dan. Here we go. Any other comments, Dan? Because we have a bunch of questions about the trip.
Let's do it.
Okay. First one, shout out Tim Tam. Thoughts on the winners And the event. So we've gone over the event, but what do we think about the winners? It was. We'll go over the U over 20s because those are the ones I remember.
We don't have to go over every build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so being the U.S. representative, I can say that I feel like people that won 100% deserve to win. They were amazing builds, just immaculate. I don't know if I have some biases about who I think should have taken first, second, and third, but all three of those guys 100% earned being there. Yeah. Same thing with the under 20 and the especially I'll say same thing with the 16 and under. Those builds were amazing as well. The under 21, I was a little surprised that Tim didn't place because his build was wholly unique. 100%.
Right.
Never seen anything like it. It was done well. So that was a bummer. But, of course, again, there's the bias there. I wanted him to win because we know him and he's from the USA, and it would have been really cool to see a USA person up on the stage. But,
yes.
I mean, again, the people that the judging there was incredibly fair, I felt. You get a scorecard that shows what your score is, and let me see here. It says it for craftsmanship, painting, and idea. And
are the three categories you get scored on.
About how things were scored or judged. The people that won, I think, they definitely deserve to be there and to win. There was some great builds this year.
Yeah, two of the builds that I was like, okay, one of these two have to place. I was surprised they didn't, because everybody deserved in one way or another to win. Even Dan, like it was so close in points and different points.
We find out after what each person got on their scorecard. Yeah. I was very close to placing, but the judges had a tough job.
Yeah, I would hate to have their job
because all the builds were so good, and they have to choose who's going to be the top three. The cream of the crop. It's not an easy job, and those guys that got those positions, that the first, second, and third, they were only separated by like a point, or 2 points.
Well, not even that.
Crazy.
They weren't even. I think first and second weren't. Their total score was the same, but one had higher score on craftsmanship.
Well,
I think that would.
And then the total score was different.
Yeah, something had to tiebreak them. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My vote, to be perfectly honest, was Dan, Ryan, and I thought Thailand. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. It's either Thailand or Singapore that did the dragon.
That was eye catching.
Well, it's not. Well, that's the thing that I thought. There are some times when they use many kits, the idea gets lost. But I think because he has so many kits, it was even enhanced. So I was surprised that one did not place personally.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that one. I loved Ryan's.
Yeah.
I loved. They were so crazy good. I think there was a wing and a G Gundam that were under the 20 categories. I can't remember where they were, but they all won. And I'm just like, well, kids are beating me. I can't keep up with that. So they're incredible. They're absolutely incredible.
Yeah, one of the things that I learned as a takeaway for next year or this year is almost all the builders, especially the ones that placed, filled that 500 millimeter cube case. They filled it with stuff vertically,
right,
horizontally. My build was much more compact. It didn't have the presence,
right. So you're gonna look at the dimensions for this year's, and you're gonna fill that box.
I'm gonna get. I mean, my build will be bigger. My build will be much bigger. Yeah, vertically, for sure. And I think that is, as a builder, that's a challenge to go vertical with your build. Horizontal and flat is a lot easier, but when you're building up, it gets real crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why, not one of the reasons why, but that's one of the things that the champion did from China, right? The inland China that won first place with the hand.
The Sentinel set, yeah.
Yeah. The EXS is held up by just his hand. There's a rod in the hand, and that holds the whole model up. It's crazy.
It's incredible.
And then if you get in there really close and look at it, there's scribing, there's decaling, and it's all crispy clean.
A dude scratch built
He's
in
the
Nero.
same guy, Lang, that did that head bust that we saw during lunch.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it was just like crazy good.
He was walking around showing the head bust that he did to Ryan, and he literally made an entire Gundam head bust perfectly championship worthy by scratch, plot plate, scratch.
Oh my god!
And
curves and all.
And we were all freaking out because he's like, "Here you go," and slams it on the table in front of you, like, "Here, check that out." We're like, "What are you doing?" That's plot plate.
Did you slam it on the table? I didn't see that.
Pretty much.
Huh.
Freaked me out.
Yeah.
Food. Simple question. And I already know Dan. Not Dan?
Okay, so the Dan that I ate at Funan Ramen, we ate there 3 times, was the best ramen I've ever eaten in my life. And the last night we ate there, I ordered it with a beer, and they gave me like a little cup to pour the beer into, so I felt like a real Japanese person in that restaurant, eating my ramen and drinking my beers and eating my gyoza, and it was just amazing. But 7-Eleven egg salad sandwich. I ate egg salad sandwiches every single night while I was there.
I did.
After dinner, egg salad sandwiches. Wake up in the morning, egg salad sandwich.
And to back them up, they are incredible. Like I was shocked. Uncrusted, fluffy perfection egg salad sandwiches.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
And they come in these cool little packages. Like you take this strip of paper and you peel it, and the whole thing opens up. The whole sandwich package opens up. It's just why are we doing? What are we doing over here, America?
Well, I hope we get those because there was talks about bringing some of the easily packaged items over here to the U.S. for 7-Elevens.
Oh my gosh!
Better.
If they brought over the egg salad sandwiches,
I hope those come.
That's my new Taco Bell.
Yeah.
God have pity on my life.
For me, I think it's going to be the variety of grape juice. I'm kind of a grape flavor person, but I had a lot of grape juice, like different ones.
I didn't know that you were that into grape juice until this.
There's not that prevalent here, but it's all over the place. So I started getting a lot of grape stuff, and just ramen in general. Yes, the Dan was pretty awesome, but all the ramen, I didn't know what real ramen was, and I've been educated for me, for sure. One of the other questions was just kind of the shops. Did you have a favorite shop for you, Dan? And then I'll go after you too.
I think probably my favorite shop was, even though I didn't buy anything but this helmet, was Mandarake. I thought it was pretty cool. They had a lot of really cool stuff. I'm
actually going to also say Mandarake. The wild variety of old vintage stuff that they had. So when you go up, they had certain floors with certain stuff. We didn't know if they had spicy stuff. You walk in and it's display cases of Micronauts, Super Sentai, Transformers, Macross, every mecha imaginable. And then behind all the display cases further back, they had a model, only one shelf of model kits, but those model kits were where I got all the vintage ones. It's where I found my Gundam Breaker kit for like $30. They were extraordinarily rare and crazy to find kits. So that one and probably the other Gundam space that we found one that was on a whim, complete whim. We walk behind this crane shop and we see a sign that says Gundam shop. Or Bandai, Bandai Gundam shop, something.
It didn't say Bandai, it just said Gundam shop.
Just Gundam.
It had like a cat with the Gundam hat on or something like that.
Yeah.
Or eating like
if you
a
didn't,
hot dog.
If you didn't bring this
floor.
up, I was going to bring it up. This shop was really cool to watch.
Yeah.
So we go up this elevator, because kind of hidden, go all the way up to the top, and we walk through this hallway, and it's probably the densest like concentration of rare Gundam P Bandai stuff, specifically Gundam, not third party, not
I don't think
offshoots.
they had anything in that store that was just like run of the mill normal. Gundam.
Even that, well, they had some of the more recent like build divers and some of the Seed stuff, but right on that Seed movie stuff, they also had that brand new Ecopla that just came out. They had that there. So it was, and what was the giant resin Zazabi? What was that one that you found?
That's the metal. It's the metal build Sazabi. They had that there. The 160 scale one.
It was
it's like
in
a
a
full
box
metal
that's the size
structure.
of a refrigerator.
It's on a pallet. Yeah.
And they had the Almond exclusive Zeong, right?
Yeah, it was a chocolate almond tie-in. So they put out like a red Zeong and a red New Gundam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
The prices weren't that bad on it, to be honest. Like if I hadn't already built 2 of these things, I probably would have bought it.
Yeah.
I was about to get it for him, but then I found the rotor
Dan
pack
just told me to paint it
I
red.
kind of stole that rotor pack from Dan back in the day, so I owed him a rotor pack, and it was there.
I wanted to get you. You were buying one, and I was like, "Oh, is there another one?" And the guy was like, "I have another one, but it's for me, or it's already sold." And it's another thing.
So I got him a rotor pack.
Shady crap. Yeah.
Other questions were. Sorry, I pulled that and then I put it back. It was, how was the air? I'm just going to answer, like, it didn't smell like city. It was nice. It was clean, with the exception of, like, one little block by Akihabara that smelled like sewer.
Oh,
but that was it.
So the only time I smelled anything was that one day we were waiting for a taxi. This is after Team Lab. We were off the beaten path, and I smelled exhaust from the cars, but smell. I mean, it didn't smell any different than, honestly, from like where I live. Like, it smells fine. I didn't encounter smog, if that's what the question's about.
Yeah. In fact, we were high up in a hotel and also at the venue, and we're having lunch, seeing the landscape of Tokyo.
Oh my god!
There wasn't smog. It's breathtaking and it's dense, and it's like all. I was telling Dan, whenever I watch animes and they show how densely populated Tokyo is and like the Tokyo landscape, all of them hit it.
Yeah,
like that now it makes sense.
Yeah, but the another interesting thing is that there's not a lot of traffic there because everyone's using public transit.
Yeah, they have to.
The only thing you see on the road is you'll see the occasional motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
You see tiny little like lorry trucks, like small,
K-trucks.
very small like, delivery trucks, and then you see taxis. That's it. There's not like personal cars. Pretty rare. For the most part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've already talked about it, but they asked like who are the coolest and chillest other builders. I'm just gonna say like kind of all of them.
Yeah.
Like if you look,
all super humble, super nice, friendly people.
Oh,
glad
my favorite. There was one like the under 14 that was a younger girl dressed in what was it, a Seed outfit or whatever.
Oh,
That's just like
Seed intelligence
proud as
officer.
can be. Yeah. She won. I'm just like spirit animal right there. That was awesome. Yeah, it was great.
The little girl is your spirit animal. That makes so much sense.
Wow. Thank you. I was waiting for it. Those are the appropriate questions for this.
Inappropriate questions?
Yeah. Yeah. There is.
Like what?
Nope.
All right. Only on
Let's
Patreon.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Subscribe. One person asked, like, when are we all going as a group? And I thought that was kind of a good point to make that.
When I get my passport.
Get your passport, make it a priority, go in a season when it's not popular to go to Japan. Like, the cheap flights round trip to Japan were $600 round trip. for us, and
weather
that's
this time of
not bad.
year is
so
nice.
good,
Mhm.
so good.
But they turn off all HVAC in the hotel.
Yeah, you would have had a
I'm gonna
hissy
die.
fit, Ian.
I'm gonna die.
It was you're outside in a t-shirt and jeans and you're feeling great. But
Well,
as
I
soon
was,
as you
yeah.
We're gonna be. We would take
As
like
soon as
3
you
trips
go-
back so I can take a shower.
yeah,
We
as
did.
soon as you go up to your
Good.
room, it's like a sweatshop. It is
Oh,
so
God.
freaking hot.
And a lot of the stores were kind of like that too.
Oh my gosh.
After
Yeah.
a few, about good 10 to 15 minutes,
Well,
you're like, well,
Yeah.
this is pretty stuffy.
There's like
Yeah.
no air moving in any of those
yeah.
places. It's like it's
Being
pretty
humid
wild.
in Japan is not new. It's
Yeah. But but seriously, like, get with your friends, save up for a year or two, and go. Like, after going with Dan, again, thank you, Dan, for letting me ride your coattails. And shopping now doesn't. I've got rare stuff. I'm pretty good. Like, I'm
Yeah.
pretty satisfied for at least a week.
oh my god.
And yeah, I just strongly recommend everybody try to make it a goal. Do it.
Mhm.
The hotels are reasonable. The food is beyond reasonable. Excuse me. See, my
yeah, it's
burps
so
even
cheap
knew it
to
was coming.
eat there.
like
Crazy.
$5 for dumplings and ramen that fill you up for like half a day.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts, man. And like I said, all the vending machines everywhere are like dirt cheap.
Yeah.
You just can't sit down.
Yeah, and the pricing. So along those same lines, what Dan and I did, we took an extra suitcase, each of us, to fill up with kits to bring back both for ourselves and for Discord.
Did you not buy some over there too?
Shut up, Ian. And but also the kits themselves like help the pricing on the kits. Like, I got an MG that's usually $60. Well, no, it's usually $70 on Surugaya. I got for $40. Like, it's a lot cheaper. So making it an event is well worth your time for the variety, everything. Goodness, everything.
Yep.
So do it. That's all the questions that we had for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for sending in
Oh,
those questions.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Ian? You had something?
No. Go.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for sending in those questions. Thanks for tuning in. Before we leave, Lang, did you have some things you wanted to shout out for upcoming events?
Sure. We'll shout out 2 big events that we are throwing and going to. The first one that we are throwing is Trivia Night, Wing Trivia Night, which is happening in 15 days. That's going to be on March 17th on the West Coast Gunplug Alliance Discord. It's going to be starting at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. Hop on. It's free. It's going to be a multiple choice, quick questions coming at you. Everybody can join in. We have a PG Wing, an MG Special Coating Epion, and an HG. Ian, help me out. I can't remember what they're called.
Oh god.
The space
The
suits.
Mercurius and oh boy.
It's like the 2 custom Leo kits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 custom Space Leos.
Yeah.
So
I've
we
got
have
this,
those
guys.
up
I
for
got
grabs.
this. It's the Veillette Sauvant and the Mercurius Sauvant.
Thank you. So first, second, and third place get to choose in that order. First place gets to choose, second place gets to choose what's left, and third place gets what's left. So that's how we're going to run it that day. That's March 17th. Then coming in April, Seattle Spring Show for the Pacific Northwest up in Seattle, aka Renton, at the Renton Community Center. Look it up on IPMS Seattle. All you got to do is just Google Seattle Spring Show 2025. Please come. You usually have an entry fee, whether you're going to be spectating or participating. Get your papers filled out. Get planning. We're going to be there. We're going to have a lot of fun this year. I'm finishing up my build for that. Right when I got off the plane the next day, I was already airbrushing. So I'm very excited for that one. April 26th off the top of my head.
Sounds right.
It is Seattle Spring Show 26th, yes. So be there. And that's what we have coming up.
And also, we forgot to do the news. So, Ian, take it away.
Yeah. Hey guys, there was a lot of stuff that happened while you were gone and before you left.
What?
Yeah, huh? It's almost like there was an event you guys attended that also revealed new Gunpla.
That's true.
And also reissues of old Gunpla. So let's start with the old. Let's go to some P Bandai reissues, and let me get this up on the screen here.
P Bandai reissues.
P Bandai reissues. So don't overpay.
They're trolling the bottom of the lake.
All right. Bear with me here. So first up is going to be a reissue of the repair unit for the RG Wcga.
Are you gonna pull them up?
Are they not up right
Nope.
now?
I mean, you've got a
I think
bunch
you're
of
sharing
pictures
that window.
showing like your whole desktop.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, folks. That's it for the slideshow. Technical issues. Okay, cool. All right.
What?
No, you're good.
I
Share.
can't.
Yeah.
No, I can't. I'm not going to figure this out right now. Anyway,
fine. While you're
look at
figuring that
websites
out,
like Gundam Kit Collections. You're going to see a lot of reissues up there, and then there's also all the new G-Quux reveals like that Police Zaku.
while you're
and
figuring that
everything.
out, Ian, Lang, I had a question for you.
Hit me.
What is one of the highlights, like your favorite moment from the trip?
Oh my gosh. You can keep testing it out, Ian. Test it out for a minute and
Or what
share
No,
are
it.
top
the-
10?
The slideshow
Top 10?
doesn't appear on screen share. I
Yeah.
can't.
Don't screen share. Share the specific window. For me, I think the week. Well, I think it was just being so welcomed. I wasn't a champ, and I still felt like a champ because I hung out with champs. Like that's a huge part of it for me. Very welcoming on the champs, and just being able to like stand in front of a unicorn Gundam in Tokyo with Gunpla Builder champs. It's just like, holy crap, I'm here. Like this is real. That was a big hit. Seeing the rare kits that I did were my job. I think there was a few times that me and Dan across the stores were just like, what is this? We did that multiple times. Seeing kits that I actually didn't know existed, that
happened a lot.
Yeah. Pat labor
Especially in
kits, Macross kits, lots of stuff like that.
Especially in that little Bandai or that little Gunpla store, in that little alley or whatever.
Yeah. I was going to say for me, it was up in Radio Kai, up in Yellow Submarine. There were kits in there that were those I jaw dropped a lot. And I'm a big, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I grew up a big Transformers fan. I think I'm becoming more of a Gundam fan. I think I've finally I'm finally crossing the bridge.
Like what do you mean?
Like I'm kind of moving on. Like Transformers are releasing a ton of stuff and they're trying to keep pace with stuff. And I've bought the ones I've bought. I've sold a lot more. And I've just I don't have the cravings like I used to. I have those cravings for that stinking contrast color master grade Wing Zero. I crave that harder than a lot of the third party stuff I used to. So I feel, for me, it was seeing my top three have got to be experiencing the GBWC with champs, and the after party of us going everywhere. 2, seeing all those kits, and then 3, the train system. I'm sorry, I love spectating that train system. It was
Yeah.
That was fun for me.
Do you remember like 10 minutes ago when I asked you what the highlight of your trip was? And then you told me, you told us all these things. Remember that?
I do. How about you?
The highlight for me was when we were coming back from Japan and I farted in the elevator and then the elevator stopped.
Wait. Can I explain how that worked? We need some context. In the Haneda airport, we were at a gate that was like in the basement that they literally have to shuttle you from the gate to the planes. So what do? We're getting the elevator.
Yeah. This is so far it's the same story I've told, or I was telling.
Where we had to get the okay, go. All right, you go.
Okay, so we get in the elevator, and I have no I don't live life with forethought. I don't think like ahead more than 5 seconds. So I get in the elevator and I do a sweet pose like you're supposed to do, and I crack one off. And Lang's like, "Oh my gosh, can't believe you did this in the elevator!" And then, like right as soon as he says that, ding, the doors open, and there's like 3 Japanese women that are getting on, and we're getting off, and I'm just like, "What? I did not expect this. I didn't think that was gonna happen."
Wait, no, let's put some oomph behind that Kraken, because you released a Kraken because the night before, how many egg salad sandwiches did you have?
That was the night where I had 4 egg salad sandwiches, a Mountain Dew, a quarter of a quart of milk, and I'm lactose intolerant, a Coke, a peach fizzy drink, a strawberry sandwich, a strawberry whipped cream sandwich, peach gummies, and what was it? Oh, and grape gummies.
No, peach butt gummies. Weren't they butt gummies?
Yeah, peach butts. Yeah. And that was all. I ate all that in the course of maybe like 35 minutes. I felt great. The next day, I did not. I felt great still, but I destroyed that poor Japanese toilet. It was not ready.
It did not have any water pressure for us.
At least I had a bidet.
Oh my gosh!
So on that note, we're gonna skip the news this week.
That's your highlight compared to my highlight.
I mean, everything was amazing, but that was a funny moment. So yeah, definitely, yeah. We're gonna skip the news this week though, but we will do it next week for sure because I'm sure we're gonna get more stuff. Bandai's going right now. Lang, where can we find you?
Skyfire Riser on Instagram, GBWC Discord. Come find me.
And Ian, where can we find you?
You'll find me at Cantus_Prime on Instagram.
And as always, you can find me at Danzer Dragoon on Instagram and lurking the depths of the nastiest, stinkiest 7-Eleven egg salad sandwich.
People,
toilet destruction bowl.
Wait before you go into an elevator, because Dan might have been there. Oh.